I love Joshi Wrestling. And if you don't know what Joshi Wrestling is, it refers to Japanese women's professional wrestling. And the style of it doesn't necessarily involve storylines, but it's more so the in-ring action and unique character work. So I have had a list of women I want to see perform in Joshi. So here is my 5 WWE women I think should have a Japan run. I'm mostly using WWE Women and not AEW Women because AEW does have that forbidden door and they are easily accessible to Stardom, TJPW, and also Marvelous as well. Before we get started on the list, be sure to subscribe to the channel because you love professional wrestling and you obviously love badass women if you're clicking on this video because you're listening to a badass woman talking about badass women. So, I don't know, makes sense to me, babes. You should subscribe. Okay, let's get started. Number 1, if you have watched me for a while, if you've watched Church of Joshi for a while, you would know that Bayley has been number 1 on my list ever since I started watching Joshi back in 2020. I wanted to see Bayley versus Donna Del Mundo leader Julia, that era of Julia. I wanted to see that so bad, but now Julia is in WWE, so that dream is now a reality. But Bayley's in-ring style blends in so well with that Joshi style. She is a phenomenal performer that could really succeed in Japan. I think that she would have amazing chemistry with anyone in the ring, and she's a freaking trailblazer, dude. Seeing someone who really put modern day women's wrestling on the map make a huge impact in Japan like that makes sense for Bayley. And listen, you can have your arguments on who was really the person that put modern day women's wrestling on the map, but you can't deny that NXT TakeOver Brooklyn match, her versus Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, yeah, I would say that she contributed to putting more women's wrestling on the map today. So just off that alone, it makes sense that Bayley could jump to Japan and continue trailblazing. I mean, listen, did you see her match against Miko Satomura last year when WWE had a Japan run? If you haven't already, please go check that out because I'm pretty sure the full match is on YouTube. You need to go see it. That is it. That is my argument as to why Bayley should have a Japan run. Okay, yo, could you imagine Bayley pulling up like Lex Luger first episode of Nitro style? She pulls up to Korakuen Hall during a Stardom or Marigold main event afterwards. I would lose my shit. We would all lose our shit. Are you kidding me? I need to see that ASAP. Next on my list is Naomi. Now listen, if Oedo Tai, which was a faction in Stardom, it was an evil heel faction, they are no longer around, but if Oedo Tai was still around, I would have loved to see Naomi join forces with them. With this gimmick, with this proceed with caution gimmick, I love what Naomi is doing right now, and I would love to see it even more. This character work would fit in so well in Japan, but hear me out. I don't want to see her in Stardom. I don't want to see her in TJPW. I want to see Naomi in an exploding barbed wire match, specifically in Oz Academy. If you are not familiar with Oz Academy, it is a promotion that was founded by legend Mayumi Izaki, who was famously in several barbed wire matches, and she still performs in barbed wire matches today. If you are not familiar with Mayumi Izaki, please check out her match that she had in FMW, I believe it was 1997, against Megami Kudo. You need to see that match ASAP. And I need to see Naomi in some kind of style of a match like that. Exploding barbed wire, exploding bats, the same that like Io Sky used to do when she was Io Shirai back in Stardom. I just need to see Naomi in some wild match like that, but specifically in Oz Academy. And also, Soriano is the Oz Openweight champion. I think her versus Naomi, it could be a banger. It could be a banger match. I need that match, please, and thank you. Next is Natalya. But specifically, I want to see the Blood Sport Natty in Japan. God, that would fuck so hard, dude. The Bloodsport gimmick is so refreshing for Natty, who deserves so much more respect in this industry than WWE has been booking her for what, almost like a decade, 2 decades? I don't even know, but they have been dropping the ball on her if this version of Natty has been hiding from us for so long. Also, did you know that Natty was supposed to go to Japan? She was supposed to wrestle in Gaia, and if you've seen the Gaia documentary, you would know how intense that might have been. But could you imagine that Gaia documentary mixed in with the Bloodsport Natty that we're getting right now? It would be insane. Absolutely insane. And she's wrestled in Japan before. She's had history in Japan. It just makes so much sense, dude. Bring her back on a Japan run. I want to see the Bloodsport Natty dominating the Joshi scene. I want to see her at Stardom. I want to see her in Marigold, TJPW, Oz Academy, Marvelous, Sendai Girls, everywhere. Could you imagine Bloodsport Natty being a belt collector in Japan? I need it. I need it so bad. Oh my God. That already just fucks so hard. I want it. God. Okay. 4th on the list, Chelsea Green. Specifically, I want Chelsea Green in DDT or Choco Pro. If you are familiar with the wackiness of DDT and Choco Pro, then you will understand why it makes so much sense, perfect sense, for Chelsea Green to compete in these promotions. I want it. I want it so bad. I'm going to throw out a deadly opponent for Chelsea Green in DDT. And I think that Chelsea Green versus Yoshihiko would fuck so hard. Yes, that is the same blow up doll that had a fight with Kota Ibushi. I want to see that Japanese legend take on Chelsea Green. Okay, I want to see that king versus that queen, and it could be for the DDT Ironman Heavy Metal Championship. Why not? Why not? And even Chelsea Green in Choco Pro against Antonio Honda. I want to see that. I want to see that. And could you imagine Gong as well, and Gong versus the Secret Hervis, that high flying fox? I want to see that. Or even Chelsea Green versus Lulu Pencil. I love Lulu Pencil and I miss Lulu Pencil so much. But could you imagine not even just a match, but Lulu Pencil joining forces with Chelsea Green and being a part of the Secret Hervis? And she could start her own list and it could be just like a pencil gimmick. Oh my God. Could you imagine Chelsea Green in the pink hat with the pink overalls? I need the comeback and I need that ASAP. I just got chills. I just got chills from the potential match of the year that we would get with Chelsea Green joining forces with DDT and Choco Pro. God, that would be such entertainment. And last on my list is Charlotte Flair. Now hear me out. I'm glad that some of y'all are over the hate of Charlotte Flair, because realistically that was so over exaggerated. I still don't understand why people hate on Charlotte Flair, but now that you guys love her, then you can tap in on the vision of Charlotte Flair having a Japan run. Literally anybody in any freaking company, dude. I need to see it. And also, especially, I need to see the height difference between Charlotte Flair and every other Joshi woman in any promotion. The height difference would be insane. But dude, Charlotte is the GOAT. Yes, she's a Nepo baby. Yes, she is Ric Flair's daughter, but also on that, like, she is wrestling royalty. She just is, whether you want to admit it or not. So her having a Japan run would be huge for the landscape of professional wrestling. If she went out to do a run with Marigold, a run with Stardom, that would be insane. But specifically, I need to see Charlotte Flair go after Saya Kamatani for the World of Stardom Championship. I need that. I would love to live in a world where Charlotte Flair was World of Stardom champion. I would lose my mind. I would absolutely lose my mind. I think we could possibly make that possible. I don't know. I don't own the companies and I don't have that much money, but Charlotte Flair having a Japan run? Are you kidding me? The press conferences that they could have, especially like, dude, right now in Japan, in Stardom, they have the 5-Star Grand Prix going on, which is a tournament, which is kind of similar to the G1 Climax that they have in New Japan. Could you imagine if they announced Charlotte Flair for a tournament like that? Everybody would be watching that tournament. Are you kidding me? Oh, that would be so freaking cool. God. Just the potential matchups would be absolutely balls to the wall amazing. And I need to see it. That is my list of 5 women in WWE that I would love to have a Japan run. Do you agree or disagree with this list? And do you want to see more lists? Because I got a whole catalog of women I want to see. I got matchups, I got promotions, I got all of that. I kind of have a Google spreadsheet that I kind of started back in 2021, sort of, not really. Yes, I do. I just never revealed that till now. But if you want to see that spreadsheet, if you want to see more videos like that, please let me know and I will see you for the next one. Goodbye.